Sarah. Now let's see. The Vikings lost to the Giants? No way! Way? It didn't take long for a reversal of fortune. And there was not a full moon over the Meadowlands.
Waning moon drifts across the Meadowlands. Waning moon, yeah. Waning moon, yeah. Waning moon.
Yes, losing in the Big Apple really bites. But don't be upset. One bad apple doesn't spoil the whole season. And good evening and welcome to Rosen Sports Sunday. Just back from the Meadowlands, which is rumored to be the burial site of Jimmy Hoffa and definitely served as the graveyard of the Vikings' unbeaten streak today. Around the horn tonight, we've got a two for Tuaolo. Sarah Tuaolo is here to talk about his regular gig on the Vikings defensive line and his moonlighting as a singer, and he is a good one. We're going to hear from him in both tunes a bit later. Well, that sonic boom you heard around 3:30 today was the voice of a very livid Denny Green, who read his team the riot act after a 15-10 loss to the Giants, and I mean he was red hot. Most of the blame really rests on the Vikings offense, which could manage just 3 points. This after what Warren Moon called the best week of practice all year. The Vikings were up 7-6 in the third quarter. Good field position, great defensive play by the Giants. Moon is hit, fumbles, the Giants recover, one chance down the drain. 2 plays later, Dave Brown is rushed. His pass is picked off by Corey Fuller, but the Vikings are ruled offsides, although it looked like a Giant offensive tackle also pulled up on the play. 7 crucial penalties killed a lot of chances today. That led to the go-ahead touchdown as Aaron Pierce. So we look at the offside against the Vikings. Aaron Pierce pierced the Vikings defense. Minnesota was looking for a slant play. The Giants fooled them here, and they scored. Another chance, Moon from the Giant 10 later in the game. This one to David Palmer. One official, as you'll see, rules it a touchdown, but from the other side, he's overruled. This would have given the Vikings a 14-12 lead. The angle of the replay really did not prove a thing. So I asked Palmer, did you catch it?
Well, I felt like I hung on to it, but I think on the way down, I think it came out. But I think it could have went either way. You know, I rolled over, the guy said touchdown, but, other guy came in and said no good, so.
Well, I think, Michelle, that play about summed it up for the Vikings offense today. Close, but off the mark. And yes, the Giants are a very physical team, as we all know, but the Vikings offense was flat. They were out of sync and really out of the game today.
It's true. I mean, you have to give it to the Giants. As much as the Vikings fans may hate to hear this, the Giants simply played better today. Not just on offense, but on defense as well. Now, quarterback Dave Brown was a bit inconsistent, like right here when he threw the ball directly into the ref, but he also came up with some big plays, like this pass completion to Aaron Pierce on 3rd and 4 on a fourth-quarter drive, another backbreaker. And like the time, Dave Brown himself ran for 18 yards, same drive, and this drive resulted in a field goal to put the Vikings ahead 15-10. And the New York defense was also effective, giving up just 228 yards in total offense. Here they stopped Amp Lee on 3rd and 1 in the second quarter. Let's face it, this wasn't won on a bizarre play. This was a good win for the Giants.
This was a big one because, they're 4-0. Everyone knows that. They just came off beating Green Bay, who was probably the best team in football. And they were a team that really tries to intimidate an offense with their defense. I mean, those guys were talking all game. They got very good corners. They got aggressive players, and they had a good scheme.
The Giants played well today. They really outplayed us, and they made the plays when they had to, and we just couldn't seem to get things rolling. Every time it seemed like we needed a play, we just couldn't come up with it. And that was really the difference in the ball game. They made some plays when they had to, and we didn't, and they just outplayed us.
Now, the Giants came into this ball game ranked second to last in the league in defense, yet they haven't allowed an offensive touchdown in 8 quarters. Now, we don't mean to mislead you. The Vikings' David Palmer did score a touchdown against the Giants, but it was on a 69-yard punt return, and that means it came against the Giants' special teams, not their defense. And we'll have more on the Giants' D a little later in the show.
They were talking last week's game, the Giants and the Jets, as the Losers Bowl. A lot of pressure on the Giants to salvage this season this early on, and they did that this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Still to come on the show tonight, the Twins may have saved their best for last in the 1996 season finale. Also on the menu, we'll give you a history lesson on the Vikings-Giants series. There have been happier